Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Cork Metal Farms here. So in today's video we're going to be starting episode 1 of my brand new 32-part series about agriculture, forestry, crops, animals and everything to do with farming in every county in Ireland. So today we are going to be starting with the first episode. So this is in alphabetical order and we're going to be starting with Antrim today. And we're going to be ending with Wicklow. Who knows when we'll finish. Whatever. Anyway, I'm just going to make a quick disclaimer before the video starts. So, first quick disclaimer. Well, it's actually really the only one. I'm going to do Northern Ireland, obviously. Sure, this is Antrim and that's part of Northern Ireland. I'm going to Northern Ireland for the playlist because I couldn't really be bothered making an entire new playlist for Northern Ireland, and it's also just easier, and it's just easier really. That's it. That's the only reason really. Anyway, so let's get straight into it with episode 1 on the powerhouse of Northern Ireland and Ulster, and that is County Antrim.
Where the green glens of Antrim are calling to me, but I need where the people are simple and kind and devout.
Right, so I'm just going to do a little explanation for people who aren't from Ireland. So Antrim is a county in Ulster, and politically it's in Northern Ireland, so it's politically part of the UK. It's the most populated county in Northern Ireland and most populated county in Ulster. I think it's the most northeast county. It's not the northernmost county, that's Donegal, but I think it's the second northernmost county. I don't think there's any other county that's more further north than it than isn't Donegal. But anyway, that's not really important. So on the map, which will be coming up now soon, Antrim is bordered by 3 counties in Ireland. It's bordered by Armagh to the, I think it's kind of to the southeast, down to the southwest, and Derry to the east, and also technically it shares a sea border with the Scottish county of Argyllshire. If you look at it on a map, you can also see Scotland from Antrim on a very clear day, and you can also see the Isle of Man. Actually, once a slitter from or a hurling ball for some of you was hurled so far that it reached the Isle of Man. Shockingly, apparently. I'm not sure if that's fake or not. Anyway, a map will be coming up on your screen in a few seconds. Right, so continuing with our video. So, as you saw on the map there, Antrim is quite a big county in Northern Ireland. It obviously, and besides agriculture, there's obviously far more things to the place. Now, I'd say most of Antrim's economy probably comes from tourism and like shipping, as there's a big port in Belfast. But I'd say that is what would be the bigger economy, the bigger economical activities in Antrim. I would say agriculture is still pretty high up there. Just I'd say tourism and manufacturing probably overtake it. So from what I've done on my research, so apparently Antrim has the largest farm size in Ulster. It's not the largest farm size in Ireland, but it's just the largest farm size in Ulster, with an average of 41 hectares or 101 acres. It's the largest employer in the rural areas, mostly in the northern part, in the Glens and on the Antrim coast, and along the mid and the eastern part of the county. We'll get to the south and the west later, but yeah, so since it's such a big county, there is a lot of room for agriculture. It's mostly a livestock county, mainly dairying and poultry. But there is still a strong arable presence there, mainly with cereals and root vegetables like most of Ireland. So obviously you've got your oats, your wheat, your barley, your sorghum, all that. Usually in pretty big fields in flatter areas, and not along the northern area and the northern coast, as that's where the glens are, and they are quite big. So they're not mountains, but they're large hills, and that's obviously where like the Giant's Causeway is, where on the border with Derry. But anyway, so the arable will probably take place more in the mid and the eastern parts of the county, as it's a bit more flatter. Whilst the south and the western part of the county, along the border with Armagh and Down, is mostly urbanised. Obviously, you've got Belfast, but you've also got Lisburn. And from what I've seen on the map, no, I'm not going to show it, but I'm not sure if this is right. Now, if I have any people watching in Antrim or just in anywhere in Northern Ireland, please tell me if I'm right or wrong. So obviously we have the traditional counties, which is how like a lot of people divide Ireland up, myself included. But apparently, like, it's kind of the same as like with voting areas. Antrim is, and all the counties in Northern Ireland are like divided into districts or boroughs. I can't really remember, but there's like 6 or 7 in each county, and they're just like named after the largest towns. So from what I've seen, it's Ballymoney, Ballycastle, Ballymonagh, which is actually where Grassman is from, or like the team behind Grassman. They're located in Ballymonagh. Antrim is a district in Antrim because there's obviously Antrim town, and then Newtown Abbey is another one, and just the North Coast and the North Glens are a district as well. So as continuing with the thing, so most of the arable, the simple arable, takes place kind of in the mid and eastern part of the county. The north is too mountainous and hilly. Well, not mountainous, just too hilly, and the south and west is pretty much entirely urbanised, with Lisburn and Belfast taking up most of the space. So there's not enough room for farming, and are obviously building like housing estates, so that's taking up agricultural land. But there's still a small bit of agriculture in that part of the county. As I said, the most of the the arable is just root crops and cereals. So you obviously have, as I said, you've got your wheat, you've got your barleys, you've got your oats, you've got your sorghum, you've got your corn, which can also be used for maize, obviously. You've got your that's pretty much it. And then with the roots, you have obviously kind of the big 4 or 5. So you've got your sugar beets, your potatoes, your carrots, your parsnips, and your beetroots or red beets, depending on what you call them. Now, Antrim isn't the largest producer of root crops in Ireland. That goes to Meath, I think, or Dublin. I can't remember. So it's not the largest export. Like, it's not their big thing, but there's still a small bit. We'll focus more on the main stuff. So the main farming in Antrim is obviously small scale arable. By that I mean like grass, obviously. So silage is the main crop. Well, if you could consider grass a crop, I suppose. Grass is just grass, in my opinion. And obviously the livestock. So there is a little bit of diversity as well. Apparently there's this one farm, I forgot the name of it, but it's Ballin something, and it's like a diverse farm which raises vegetables. They do vegetables, and they raise goats, which I think is the only farm in Northern Ireland to have goats. I'm not sure if that's right. There was another farm in Cavan that did goats for a while. I know they're still around, but anyway, so that's that. So obviously dairying and poultry are the main animals in Antrim. A lot of the A lot of my knowledge has also come from Fairhead on FS22, which is actually a real place in Antrim. It's around Lough Neagh, and on the North Antrim coast. So it's the little catchphrase is silage heaven, because pretty much the entire map is just grass. Like most of Ireland, it's just grass for miles. So yeah, known for lots of silage, obviously. There's probably loads of videos of silage in Antrim that you can find on YouTube. If you check my Irish farming playlist, then you'll see what I mean. Anyway, and to finish things off, there's also a tiny bit of like other agricultural activity. Is small bits of forestry, kind of in the rougher areas. So when I say rougher, I mean rougher like landscape, not rougher people. I mean, so like the glens would be a good example. So there's more forestry there due to it being unsuitable for arable farming. And we also have there's a lot of wind turbines there. I'd say about 40 or 50 in total. So yeah, those are the other little things. And to finish off, the most popular breeds of most animals in Antrim. So the most popular beef cattle breed is the Limousin. The most popular dairy cattle breed is obviously the Frisian, like most of Ireland and, to be honest, the world. But other than that, there's also short arms and Ayrshires. The most popular chicken breed is something called a Black Rock cross. I know they meat or they egg breeds. But the most popular sheep breed in Antrim is the Suffolk, from England, obviously. And finally, the most popular pig breed in Antrim is either the Landrace or the pure white or something they're called. I can't remember. Landrace or Saddleback or something like that. I think it's the Landrace is the most popular. So that's that. And to finish off just the episode in general, I'm going to show you just some screenshots from Google and some screenshots from Google Earth of farming and just tractors in general in Antrim.